Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam, ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. We continue with our reading from the book by Sheikh al-Allama Abdul Aziz Ibn Baz, rahimahullah wa ta'ala, ad-Durusu Muhimma. And we start this lesson off on a chapter which is the ninth important matter that Sheikh bin Baz said every Muslim should know, which is al-Bayan al-Tashahud, the Tashahud. Bayan al-Tashahud, at-Tayyatu, wa huwa, and now he will say, recite the Tashahud, at-Tayyatu lillahi was-salawatu wat-tayyibatu, assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصلي على محمد وعلى آله محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد ثم يستعذ بالله في التشهد الآخر من عذاب, and then you seek refuge with Allah in the last tashahud from من عذاب الجهنم ومن عذاب القبر ومن فتنة المحيا وممات ومن شر فتنة المسيح الدجال, and that at the last tashahud you seek refuge from Allah from the punishment of Jahannam, the hellfire, from the punishment of the grave, from the trials and tribulations of life and death, and from the fitna of the Masih al-Dajjal. ثُمَّ يَتَأَخَّرْ مِنْ دُعَاءِ مَا شَاءَ, and then after you've done doing that, then you say that which is virtuous from the different du'as, whatever one you please. وَلَا سِمَا مَحْمُورٌ مِنْ ذَلِكَ, and that you say and that it be specific to that which is legislated, that which is written down. Then Sheikh bin Baz brings a couple du'as that you can say after, when you're in the last tashahud, and after you say the tayyatu lillah, and you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, then you seek refuge from the four things. Then he said that you can say some other du'as which is legislated in the Quran and the Sunnah, and some of them he mentioned like three. One of them is Allahumma inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Oh Allah, I ask you to make me of those who remember you and thank you, and worship you in the best manner. The next one is Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi dhanman kathiran wa la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta faghfirli maghfiratu min indak warhamni innaka anta ghafurur rahim. And another one is, O Allah, indeed I have wronged myself a great wrong, and no one forgives sins except you, so forgive me of the sins that I do towards you, and have mercy upon me. Indeed you are the most merciful, you are the forgiver, the most merciful. And the next thing, which is the ninth important thing that Sheikh bin Baz rahimahullah ta'ala said that we should know, is wasunan salat, the recommended acts of salat, which are 15 in number, which Sheikh bin Baz brought 15 of them. He said the first one is istiftah, the opening supplication. The second one, وَجَعْلَ كَفَى يَدِي يَمِينِ عَلَى يَسِيرِ فَوْقَ صَدْرِي حِينَ الْقِيَامِ, that you place the right hand over the left one above the chest while in the standing position. Next one, وَرَفَعَ يَدَهُ مَضْمُودَتِي أَصَابِعْ حَذُو مِنْ كَبِيهِ أو أذني عند تكبير أول عند ركوع ورفع منه وعند القيام من تشهد الأول للثالثة. And then when you raise up from ruku' with your hands together, with your fingers together, raised up to the level of your shoulders or your ears, just as you did in the takbir to Ihram, just as you did in the first takbir. When you go to ruku', when you raise from ruku', and when you stand back up after doing the first tashahhud for the third rak'ah. The next one, مَا زَادَ مِنْ وَاحِدَةٌ فِي تَسْبِيحٍ رُكُوعٍ وَسُجُودٍ, and that you increase in your praises more than one time in the ruku' and the sujood. More than one time in the ruku' and the sujood. وَمَا زَادَ عَنْ وَاحِدَةٌ فِي دُعَاءِ بِالْمَغْفِرَةُ بَيْنَ سَجْدَتَيْنِ, and that you repeat more than one time the dua of seeking forgiveness between the two sajdas. Between the two sajdas. The next one, جَعْلَ رَأْسُ حِيلَةُ ظَهْرِ فِي رُكُوعٍ, and that you make your head level with your back in the ruku'. The next one, مَجَافَةُ مَضْضِينَ عَنْ جِبِينِ وَبَطْنِ عَنْ فَخِذِينَ فِي السَّجْدَةِ, and that you keep your upper arm away from your sides, and that you put your stomach away from your thighs in the ruku'. To be comfortable in the ruku', don't have everything spaced together and crunched up while you're in sujood. Next one, رَفْعَ ذَرَاعٍ عَنْ أَرْضِ حِينُ السُّجُودِ, and that you keep the lower arm away from your lower arm away from the ground during sujood. The next one, جلوس مصلي على رجله يسير وينصب يميني في التشهد الأول بين سجدتين, and that when you make the first tashahhud, that during the first tashahhud and in between the sajdas, when you sit on your left foot and you have your right foot erected. The next one, توركوا في تشهد آخر مع ينصب يمين, and the next one is that the position of tawarruk, which is during the last tashahhud, you sit with your left foot and thighs laid on the ground with your right foot erected. And this is the sunnah of the salat when you do 3 to 4 rakat prayer. The next one, وصلاة تبريك على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم في التشهد الأول, and that during the first tashahhud that you send prayers upon Muhammad and his family and Ibrahim and his family. Next one, والدعاء في التشهد الآخر, and that you make supplication in the last tashahhud, as was previously mentioned in the last chapter, in the last point. Next one, جاهر بالقرآن في صلاة الفجر وفي ركعتين أولتين من صلاة المغرب وعشاء, and that you recite out loud in the Fajr, in the 2 rakats of the Eid, and in the first 2 rakats of Maghrib and Isha. The next one, إصرار بالقراءة في الظهر والعصر وفي 3 من المغرب والآخراتين من العشاء, and that you recite silently in the Dhuhr and the Asr, and in the 3rd rakat of Maghrib and the last 2 rakats of Isha. In the last 2 rakats of Isha. The last one, وقراءة ما زاد عن فاتحة من القرآن مع مراعاة بقيات ما ورد من سنن في صلاة سو ما ذكرانا, and that you recite more than just al-Fatiha from the Quran, in that which is prescribed from the Sunan regarding the rest of the Salat. Regarding the rest of the Salat. The next, which is the 11th important thing that Sheikh bin Baz said that we should know, which is the nullifiers of the Salat. Nullifiers of the Salat, which are 8. Sheikh bin Baz brought 8. مطلعت صلاتي وهي 8. The first thing that nullifies the Salat is الكلام عدم مع الذكر والعلم أما النسي والجاهل فلا ينطل صلاة بذلك. For the one who intentionally talks with knowledge knowing that this thing nullifies the Salat, But as for the one who forgets or he is ignorant of the situation, then his salat is not nullified. وَالضَّحَكْ, and to laugh, intentionally laugh in the salat. وَأَكَلْ, if you eat. وَالشَّرَبْ, if you drink. وَانْكَشَفْ, أَوْرَى, if one uncovers his aura, intentionally uncovers his aura. وَأَنْحَرَافُ كَثِيرٌ مِنْ وَجْهُ قِبْلَةٍ, and one who moves away from, intentionally moves away from the Qibla. One who intentionally moves away from the Qibla. وَأَبْثُ كَثِيرٌ مَتَوَالِي فِي الصَّلَاةِ, and one who does a consecutive movement of the salat. One who does a consecutive movement of the salat. And the last one, which is intiqabu tahara, and one who loses tahara. In the next chapter, which we will cover today, which will be the last cover we are covering the sitting, ashurutu wudu, the conditions of wudu. Ashurutu wudu ashara, and the conditions of wudu is 10. Islam, you must be a Muslim. Wal aql, you must have a sound mind. Wa tamyiz, you must be of age and maturity. Wa niyat, you must have intentions. You must have the intentions. Intentions in the heart, not upon the tongue. واستحابة حكمها بأن لا ولا ينوى قطاعتها حتى تمام الطهارة, and that one, you must keep your attentions for the wudu during the entire wudu. Your attention should not differ or deviate during the wudu. وانتقاء موجب wudu, and that you stay away from the things which necessitate wudu, that makes you have to make wudu. وَإِسْتِنْجَاء وَإِسْتِزْمَالْ قَبْلَهُ, and that you must make istinja and you must make istijmal, which is to use the rocks or anything which is tangible before you make a wudu. وَطُهُورُ مَاءَ بِأَحَاتَهُ, and that the water must be purified that you use to make wudu. وَإِذَالَةُ مَا يَنَّعَهُ وَصُولَهُ إِلَى بَشْرَةٍ, and that you must remove anything that comes to you, that's on your body, that keeps the water from touching the skin. وَتَخُولِ وَقْتُ الصَّلَاةِ فِي حَقَّ مِنْ حَدَثُ دَائِمًا, and that one makes wudu who constantly has to make wudu. The one who has some type of issue where he constantly has to make wudu, that he must keep wudu, that he must be wudu for every salat. And this is all that I wanted to present today. Anything that I said that was incorrect as a translator, is for myself and the shaitan. Anything that I said that was correct for my translation, all praise due to Allah. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk, wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.